Hello everyone, my name is Debbie. I'm Mama Bear Stitcher here on Flosstube and over on Instagram, and this is my channel all about cross stitch. Today's episode number 60 and it's all about the stitching that I achieved in March and my plans for April. So March has been a month. At the beginning of the month, my youngest daughter Elena turned 12, so we celebrated her birthday. You'll see a picture of her in her cake. After that though, I came down with whatever flu plague is going around that's outbreaking everywhere, and I was knocked out for about 2 weeks. So I didn't get as much stitching done as I planned to in the month, but I am pretty pleased with what I did achieve once I recovered from that illness. It's kind of crazy. It's there's classes at the school where more than half the class is out off sick. Like out of 28 kids the other day, 16 were off sick. Teachers are coming down with it, parents are coming down with it. In fact, that's the reason this week I actually had to chaperone the field trip to the Academy of Sciences up in San Francisco with hundreds of 11 and 12-year-olds, and my one and only non-stitch day because I was exhausted trying not to lose them in the museum. But yeah, it's pretty rough what's going around. But I did get a lot of stitching done despite that. So we're going to start with my first finish of the month. And I think this is my only finish that I had this month. But this one is Lover's Promenade. It's by Sprouting Lupine and is actually a freebie if you sign up for their newsletter. I think you can access it that way. And I was about halfway done last month and then I just finished this one up. So here is my little finish. This one was such a fun little stitch. Mine is on 28 count Avalon by Under the Sea Fabrics. It's nice kind of purpley green and it's just all stitched in DMC. But I love that one. It's my first sprout on Lupine. The next project is Artemis. This is by Carolyn Manning, and this is my like Stitcher's Dozen project for the year, where I've broken it up into 12 equalish parts and I'm trying to stitch that amount each month, which for me is about, I think it was like 1,410 stitches to finish it by the end of the year, and I'm doing a little bit over that, more around the 1,500 mark, in case there's a month like where I like fall behind or something like that. It won't be as tragic, but you'll see where I was before, and I achieved my stitches for the month. So there I am, and this one I've been working on like filling in the gaps that I had in like this section, so this month I can come along and then turn this corner and just go straight down. But yeah, love that one right now. It is on 32 count Silver Moon Lugana by Zweigart, and I was at 38.32% and I'm now at 44.99%. So hopefully this month, April, I'll cross the halfway, the 50% margin. But yeah, I love the colors on this one. This one always goes so fast, just like coloring in those little diamonds, and right now I seem to be picking a color and coloring, completing it like in the viewfinder on the iPad on Markup RX, and it's definitely going pretty fast now. But I love this whole series and I can't wait to start more of the Shooting Star collection. So that one you will see again in April. Oh, and I forgot to mention my theme for May, because I'm trying to do themed stitching months now, to try it out, was flowers. So all of these will have like a kind of flower element to them, and I'll tell you what my plan for April is. So this next one was Mason Jar Lineup by Dimensions. It's a cross stitch kit. This one I barely had, I don't even think it was one length of thread in it, and I've definitely made progress on this one. I really enjoyed stitching this one this month. So ignore my little part threads here, but that is where I got to. I got, what is that, almost three full jars done. Yeah, I loved stitching this one. I love the colors. It is typical dimensions in that there are lots of blends, not as bad as the Dimensions Gold kit, but there is definitely like a lot of blends, a lot of black backstitch. And I actually posted on my Instagram before and after backstitch, and the difference it makes is absolutely incredible. And this one, because there is so much backstitch, I'm going to backstitch as I go. Like if I complete a jar and there's nothing else around it, I'm going to do like the backstitch like where I can. So love that one. Could this be a finish this year? Maybe. And that one I'm using the kit floss, but I did swap out the fabric for 32 count. It's either white or off-white Lugana. The next one was probably my most flowery project and the one that I felt like working on the absolute least. This is Landscape with Poppies. It's a Luca-s kit. And I did not get much done, like at all. Every thread that I put into this felt like an absolute chore. And I don't know why, like I love this kit, but at the time I just was not feeling it at all. Like I was doing background and I thought I'll try doing some like tree where it's like not half stitches, and I just couldn't get into it this month like at all. And I thought, why am I forcing myself to work on this when this is supposed to be like a fun hobby and it shouldn't feel like work? And I ended up like doom scrolling on my phone and like going off and doing other things or like reading, and I just didn't want to work on it, so I put it away. So that is where we ended up at. Not very far, but its time will come. The next one I did enjoy working on a lot, and I had to force myself to put it down because I would have just kept going on it. This is Dino Garden by Buena Pieza. It's a shop on Etsy. And this one, before I was at 21.99% and I'm now at 52.75%. So there we go. This one was just so bright and fun. Yeah, it was just bright and fun to work on. You can see I'm about halfway down the terrestrial dinosaur section. There's like another half of that to go, and then there's like an aquatic dinosaur section, and then this one will be done. And I do hope to finish this one this year because it is on my Year of Whips list. So this will have to have a theme specifically for it so that I can pull it out like later in the year. But this one was fun to work on. And this one is stitched on Mystery Bee Stitch Me fabric. It's 32 count Lugana. I think it's the equivalent of Scotsman now, but yeah, love that one. And that one's all DMC. The next one was my full coverage for the month. It's Mini She Sleeps with Butterflies. It's by Heaven Earth Designs and the artist is Margaret Morales. I'm stitching this one 25 count 1/1 full cross, and I was at 9.42% and I'm now at 18.49% because I finished the page. So there she is. There was so much confetti in this page, but yeah, I love how this one looks. Like, she's so, like, for being a mini, this one has like so much detail like in it. I think Margaret Morales's artwork really like lends itself to the minis. Some of the other artwork that's charted as a mini really doesn't, like, it loses so much detail in that difference, but her like kind of watercolor style really works well. I have another couple of minis from her. And full size, but because she's one of my favorite artists from Heaven Earth Designs, but that is where she is, and that's page 2 out of 16. So yep, that's that one. Okay, that brings us up to this weekend. like I said, I've worked on a lot of projects, but this weekend was the Nash Stash weekend hosted by Lindy Stitches. And after working on landscape with Poppies and not really feeling it, I thought, what will jumpstart your stitchy bug more than having a couple of new starts? And so I had a couple of new starts that weekend. Once I finished working on the dinosaurs, I started some new things. So I'm not quite sure which is haul and which I already had, but I bought more of the airmail series and actually did my Margaret order for Nashville through Lindy Stitches, and it was a fantastic process, shipped out super fast, no problems. So I bought a bunch of the airmail series along with, each has a couple of over dyed flosses. So I started January, but I definitely bought the Dodo because that was the last one released at market. So that's why I started the whole series. And then I have the Gala, the March Oriental Dove, and this one I definitely already had was the May one. And I am stitching them all on one piece of fabric. So here's actually my start. Let me just show you. That is where I am, and this is 40 Count Silver Moon by Zweigart. And according to the website, if you leave a 3 stitch gap between all of them, they should fit, if I've done my math right, they should fit on a fat quarter of 40 count. So that is my start. And I think it's technically, this kind of brings us to my theme for April, which is going to be start alongs. And they can be like official start alongs, or like say Deadly Aquarium by Lola Crow, which I'll show you in a minute, or unofficial start alongs like the Airmail Club, which I started as part of a special weekend. It's my theme. I can make it work. So I'm going to continue on with the January bird and hopefully get a lot of that done this month. It's a lot of big block stitching, so that's kind of nice to have. Okay, so that's one. The other start that I had this weekend and was also haul was Within a Dream by the Artsy Housewife. I loved this one since I saw it released as a Patreon piece, and have been waiting patiently for it to come out to the masses. So I grabbed this one in my market order. I also got the overdyes -1, which I forgot to order, suit. So I'll need to order that and maybe throw in another airmail bird along with my order to get all of those. But I am stitching this one on a 40 count too. It is Cottage Stone by Colour and Cotton, and I only have a tiny start just of that top border, which is going to be rough to stitch. It's beautiful, but oh, there's a lot of it and it's very repetitive, like all the way around. So this month, again, it was a Nash Stash start-a-thon, start along. I would love to finish this whole top border before I put this one away, but that's where my start is. And I'm stitching that one 1/2 on 40 count. And did I say it's Cottage Stone by Colour and Cotton. Other stitch longs, I mean, it's not like I don't have enough like in my whips that I've started and never finished, but start more. I signed up for my first ever Forbidden Fibre Company kit stitch along, and the next part of the stitch along just came out today, or it was in my email today, and it's the Empyrean 4th Wing stitch along. So this is what's been released so far that I haven't started, with the two dragons, Skal and like Tern, and the main quote from 4th Wing. So I would like to start this one, and like I said, it was a kit, so we got Feathertail and I picked 40 count linen. I also ordered the needle minder too, and then the flosses are beautiful. Let's see. So these are the flosses that came in the kit, and they are The grey is Shadow, in case you want to buy these. I don't know if they sell them individually, because I would love to get this blue individually, which is Indigo is the blue. The gold is Midas Touch. What is this one? They're all tied together. Collegiate is the darker blue. It is Indigo. The black is Black Magic, and there's 2 of those. So yeah, they're lovely. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the fabric Feathertail. I actually pulled a 40 count for Dal in the colour Grey Magic from Be Stitch Me. So I'm thinking I might use that. But that will be started this week. And love the kit. The email's been super easy. They've arrived on time. No problems. Another new stitch along, given that's our theme anyway, is the Extraordinary Birds stitch along by Lola Crow. You just know it's going to be amazing. Like, judging by previous ones, it was one of those easy, there's no debate, I'm buying it. Don't know if I'll keep up with it, but I have to have it and have to get started on that frame, which comes out on April the 4th, which you get 6 weeks to stitch if you're planning on keeping up with it. I don't know if I will. The frames are always like a lot, and where you kind of like lose steam, but it makes it so much easier to then just stitch each week by week. But we'll see if I can stay caught up with it. So I got all the flosses this week at Michael's, because rest in peace Joanne's. So I went to Michael's, grabbed all the flosses, and I'm thinking about putting it on maybe this fabric. It's 32 count linen in the colour Cypress, Fibre on a Whim. There's a couple of colours that might get lost on it, but I don't know, we'll see. Once the frame comes out, I'll kind of make like a decision. Piot tried to like veto this. He kind of says that I needed something more neutrally grey. This is pretty green Cypress, but I kind of thought it's like an aviary. The green would work, but we'll see once the frame comes out and what the main colours of the frame are. I might change my mind, but right now Cypress is kind of what I'm leaning towards. I think the frame, based on the hints, is maybe these teal colours with some hints of the, where is it, the gold colour. Like, judging by the little sneak peek, it looks like it's these sort of 3 colours. I know that could work, maybe. I don't know. It's fine. We have time to work that out. So that comes out this week. Okay, another stitch along. This one, we'll insert some pictures here. Caterpillar Cross Stitch reached out to me and asked if I wanted to join their birthday botanical stitch along that's coming out. Full disclosure, they're sending me the kit, but I am planning on stitching it. I saw the sneak peek of it and I'm like, I love it. It's nice bright flowers. Judging by the releases, which is there's only 4 parts, so we must get 3 flowers every release, and you can see one of the flowers like in the sneak peek pictures, and it's just such a bright and colorful stitch along that I can't wait to start this one. And that will start on April the 23rd is the first part, and then part 2 is May the 20th, then June the 16th, and then July the 10th. So it's a nice low commitment stitch along, unlike something like Lola Crow, which is 12-13 parts. This one's low commitment, nice summer project, and I will show you the kit once it arrives. But if you too would like the kit, you can use the code BBSAL Debbie, and you can get 10% off the kit and the needle minder option, and the link to that and the details will be in the little box below, and I think I'll make an Instagram post as well if you're looking for that. But check out the pictures, check out the details, and let me know if you're going to stitch along with that one too. It's my first Caterpillar Cross Stitch stitch along, and I kind of love their cutesy little designs. I was looking around on their website and there's one that looks like Great British Bake Off, and I think it's called Happiness is Homemade, and it just has Great British Bake Off vibes, and I might have to get that at some point too when the new season starts up. Another new start that I'm going to have, because I don't have anything else to do, next weekend, is it next weekend already? I have a Black Needle Society virtual retreat. It's the Stitching at Downton Abbey, and we have a project to do for that. So I'm not going to show you everything that's in the box, because lots of people haven't got their box yet. The mail's crazy like everything else, but I can show you the charts. We've all seen that. So it's the House of Downton Abbey, and it's called I Am a Custodian. It's by Katie Landis of Black Needle Society, and it says, I'm a custodian, my dear, not an owner. I can't read that. I'm a custodian, my dear, not an owner. I must strive to be worthy of the task I have been set. So I have to stitch this. Unlike Frogworks Retreat, apparently I don't have to finish it before the end of the retreat, which is good because I haven't even started it. But I am planning to put it on this 36 count fabric by Lupine Loops. Is it called Dust Bunny? Something Bunny? I'll find it for next time. But yeah, it's just a nice sandy neutral. So I need to get started on that, because it is going to be a weekend of stitch and prompt challenges and fun. And speaking of Great British Bake Off, we're planning, Maya, Elena and I, we're planning to make like a little high tea for the weekend. They were totally up for that. Okay, so now you've seen all the new starts that I'm going to have, probably all those stitch alongs. I can show you some of the other ones that I already have as whips that could get worked on, or should definitely get worked on. The first is Mother's Love, the Heaven Earth Designs 2025 stitch along for the year with the flamingos. Here is my measly start. I am still on page 1. And we actually just got the next release, so 8 pages have been released and I've not even finished 1 page yet. So I need to get moving on this one. I should really just dedicate some time daily to work on this one, because I would love to get the first and the second page done. I just want to get the 6 pages done for the year, to complete the challenge, the 6 full pages, and then be done with it for just now, but that's not going to happen if nobody stitches on it. So I might work on this one daily. And this is 25 count, 1/1 full cross. The next one is kind of like an unofficial stitch along. It was my Long Dog Sampler Leap Day Sal start. Long Dog Leap Day Sal. I started Gone to Pieces, but changed the colours. So here's where I am, just on that first jigsaw piece. I would love to definitely get this first jigsaw piece and maybe some of the animals between the next jigsaw pieces at least complete, so it looks like it's moving. And look, I was optimistic and put 2025, like this was going to be my long dog finish for the year, and I'm not going to take it out. It's just going to be the year that I started it. So that's that one. And this is on 32 count Lugana, and it's just teals and gold DMCs. You'll see it next month after I've worked on it with more colors, hopefully. One of the other ones, and the last one that I'm going to show you, the stitch along is another Lola Crow and Deadly Aquarium, like I mentioned. Love this stitch along. Have not finished it, but the next section is the shark and I think the barracuda. So you'll see the cover image, and here is where I'm starting from. So yeah, I think I have like 5 sections still to go. I know the touch pool has, it's like 2 parts. So the shark, 1, 2, the alligator 3. Yeah, I think it's about like 5 sections that I've still got left to go. But the detail on it is amazing. Oh, love it. And this is on 32 count. I didn't write it down, but it's 32 count Under the Sea Hand Dyes by Jim on Etsy, also known as Silk Weaver. And it's just all the DMC, but this one I would love to finish this year too, and it is definitely on the plans to finish. So all I have left is the leftover bits of market stuff that you haven't seen already, and there's really not that much here, so let's go through this quickly. I also got the Blue Flowers Baby Animals, and I thought this was actually going to be my market start. I got the overdyed thread pack too. Love the baby animals. This screams me. But when I actually did a floss toss, I didn't have any fabric that kind of really worked. A lot of the colors like got lost, like none of the white showed on what I had. So I need to have another look through before I think about ordering anything. Like have a look through my stash that I really, really missed something that would work. So that's that one. Groovy Chicks by Satsuma Street. These are so fun. They just make me think of the birds from the movie Rio. Like the little blue one. But they're so fun. I picked up the cookbook. I've got the other cookbooks too, and I've never cooked anything from it or stitched anything from it, but just in case it went away, I picked up that. This one is called Hazel's Blackberry Burrow by Blueberry Ridge Designs. I just thought it was cute, the little mouse in her little teapot house. So that one. I also grabbed this from Lindy Stitches, and it's 36 count Midnight Ride by XG Designs. It's kind of mottled, moldy, but I love the blue. And that's just waiting on the perfect Halloween project to go on that. This one I ordered from Be Stitch Me. She posted this up a while ago and was dyeing a bunch of it. It is 32 count Opalugana Conversation Hearts. It's just such a fun spring color. And so sparkly. Sparkle, sparkle. And this one I got on one of the Friday Night Fight Nights, and I already have a plan for it. And it's 25 count Opalugana in the colour Morning Fog. It's the slightly blue tinted grey, sparkly too. And I'm thinking the new Long Dog sampler, the one with the blue-footed booby, is it the Great Wave, where it's like surfing? I'm thinking that's what I'm going to put on this. Fabric of the month, Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie through Garon Stitchery. This month was Gary Green. That is a bright, bright green colour. And the very last thing is a Luca-s kit. I actually saw somebody finish it, and then my friend Janet was like, have you seen this kit? And I'd just seen a finish of it, and I had to order it. Amazon were like, we have it on sale. So I grabbed this. It's Luca-s, and it's called the Baby Giraffe. And it's 16 count Ada, and there's 39 colours, and it's a skill level 3. But look at its big eyes. Can't say no to those. Yeah, love it. All the threads. And that is all I have for the month. So fingers crossed, no more catching any germs. For April, I have a lot of stitching to do and a lot of things to do. So yeah, I hope you will join me next month and see all my progress then. Until then, I hope you have a safe month. Bye.